You're going to appreciate this story, let me tell you. Most of you know already that has been, she has a crush on JK, which is why he's right back there. Every time she walks by, I can hear anywhere in the house, hey, and I know where she is. She's walking by JK. Hey, how you doing? And I'm like, hey, settle down. So she's got a crush on Cookie, okay? And then the other day, out of nowhere, she goes, hey, did you know that JK was voted, what did she say? Sexiest, was it sexiest man or sexiest idol? I can't remember what she said. Sexiest somebody in 2020. There it is. Sabby in the clutch. Sexiest international man. Okay. So I'm like, wait a second. How did you hear that? Where did you hear that? She's like, I was just doing some research. Research? That's enough. She goes, you started this. So you see where this is going. This will come into play later on in the story. Okay? Well, fast forward to, research. Yeah, I'm thirsty. So a couple days ago, she says, hey, just letting you know, Janice is coming over and we're planning the next trip. I said, okay, that's fine, whatever. Just so I know, and that way I can come in here and do videos and live streams and you guys can go do what you're going to do. That's fine. So Janice comes over. Janice is my best friend Omar's wife, okay? So we're clear. Janice comes over, give her a hug, haven't seen her in a couple weeks. She says, oh, so how's the channel going? I said, oh, it's going good, blah, blah, blah. Well, Annie chimes in like, whoosh, right in the middle of my sentence. She goes, we should see who her bias is. I'm like, what? Don't you guys have like work to do and stuff? She was like, yeah, we can do that later. I want to see who her bias is. I'm like, these are not things that I expect to be said in my house. Like, yeah, Janice, I'm talking to you. So she's like clamoring at the remote. And I'm like, hold on, let's finish our dinner like civilized adults, and then we'll figure out who her bias is. So Janice instantly gets nervous. And I'm like, look, we're not going to do it on video. It's because she's a mess. They just worked out. She's a wreck. I said, and she goes, well, how does it work? I said, I'm going to show you 3 BTS videos. One from when they were like starting, one in the middle, and then one that's more recent, give or take. Just watch them and then see if one jumps out at you. That's all I'm going to say. And we're not going to say anything. So I throw on a couple videos, okay? The first one I show her is, I'm trying to remember now. What was it? The first one I show her is NO, okay? So you ask, well, Roscoe, how did you figure that out? Well, that was requested by Annie. She's like, show them the one with the guards and they're kicking, and there's the white with the red pill. Research. So I'm like, okay, I'll start with NO. Okay, it's early on. So she starts watching. And she's like, who's that? Who's that? She's trying to figure him out. Okay, got it. So go to the next one. The next one is Fire. She starts to pick him out. Oh, that guy. Okay, that's Jin. Pink shirt, blonde hair. She's like, okay. Who's that one? Okay, that is JK. Okay. Who's that one? That's Suga. That's V. Start going through all of them. We get to the last video. The last video is on KMF. So they're dancing, doing their dance breaks. JK comes out with the solo. And she goes, who's that one with the black jacket and the dark hair? That's JK. She's like, okay. Okay, pause it. Go back. Who's that one right there singing? Okay, that's JK. To my right, okay, Janice is over here on the couch watching intently, like a little kid under a coffee table. Annie is on my right, and all I can hear to my right is, and I'm like, hey, settle down. She's like, she's gonna pick mine. She's gonna pick mine. We're gonna have the same bias. And I'm like, all right, it's fine. Settle down. So finally, we end the video, and Janice goes, okay, rewind it so we can see all of them. So I finally get to a spot. I pause it. She was like, that's the one. And Annie, like an animal, goes, yeah, we got the same bias. And they start jumping around like they've won something. And then even later, after they did all their work, it's hours later, Annie goes, we got the same bias. We can, I'm like, I don't believe what's happening. Like madness. So then I had to explain wrecker, what that meant, and how we have the same wrecker. And of course, Janice just coincidentally, Jin is her wrecker. So I hope you enjoyed that. That is the madness that's happening in my house.